Good to hear from you, Mudassir. What's up?
Hello Maya, my name is Mudassir Rashid and today I want to interview you on a very interesting topic, that is benefit of journaling, how to start and how to stick. Shall we start?
Ah, gotcha. Mudassir Rashid, right? And journaling. Sounds good. I was actually just reading something that felt pretty relevant and thought of you. For someone teaching mechanical practice, this caught my eye. A Peruvian mining company ran a randomized trial where 44 high-risk workers were split between standard behavior-based safety and a 9-week mindfulness program enhanced with virtual reality. They the Mindfulness Plus VR group showed a statistically significant rise in their safe behavior index, and observers were blinded to group assignment. In short, presence training delivered immersively outperformed traditional safety coaching in a heavy industry setting. It got me thinking about how deliberate reflection, like journaling, could boost learning and awareness, even in really practical fields. But yeah, back to your topic. Where do you want to start with journaling? How to begin, or how to, not let it fall by the wayside?
What is journaling and why do people do it?
Generating, as in writing things down regularly. People journal for a ton of different reasons. I think it's kind of like a mental pressure valve, a place to offload stuff without having to worry about what anyone else thinks. A lot of folks find it helps them process emotions or just figure out what they're actually feeling. But it's more than just venting, too. It can be a really good way to track patterns in your thoughts or behavior, spot things you're grateful for, or even just brainstorm ideas. Basically, it's dedicated time for self reflection. What makes you ask? Do you have a specific reason you're curious about it?
Can journaling improve mental health, and if so, then explain me in detail how.
Yeah, it absolutely can. There's a fair bit of research showing a link between journaling and better mental health. So it's not a cure all, obviously, but it can be a really useful tool. Here's the breakdown. As I understand it, when you write down your thoughts and feelings, you're essentially creating some distance. It's like taking them out of your head and putting them on paper, which can make them feel less overwhelming. That act of externalizing can regulate emotions. Studies have shown it lowers cortisol levels, stress hormone. It also encourages self awareness. You start to notice recurring themes, negative thought patterns, things that trigger you. This awareness is the first step towards change. Plus, journaling can help you make sense of difficult experiences. It's a space to reframe those experiences, find meaning in them, and develop coping mechanisms. Some studies also suggest it can improve immune function and even speed up wound healing, though the link there isn't as strong. It's not just about trauma or negative emotions either. Regularly writing about positive experiences can amplify feelings of gratitude and happiness. It helps you savor those moments and appreciate the good things in your life. Does that make sense?
Okay. Are there scientific studies supporting the benefits of journaling? Please tell me in detail.
You got it. There's a decent body of research, actually. One frequently cited study from James Pennebaker at the University of Texas at Austin, done back in the 80s and 90s, found that people who wrote about traumatic experiences for 15 to 20 minutes over 4 consecutive days showed improvements in physical health, including fewer doctor visits and better immune system functioning. It wasn't about writing perfectly or beautifully, just about getting the thoughts down. Another study, published in the journal Health Psychology, found that expressive writing led to reduce negative emotions and improve working memory capacity in people experiencing stress. There's also research specifically on journaling and PTSD. A study in the Journal of Traumatic Stress showed that expressive writing could reduce intrusive thoughts and improve overall well being in veterans with PTSD. And it's not just about trauma. Studies have linked gratitude journaling, specifically writing down things you're thankful for, to increase happiness levels, and reduce depressive symptoms. A lot of the research also points to journaling helping with things like anxiety, depression, and even chronic pain management. Of course, studies vary in quality and size, but the overall trend is pretty consistent. Regular journaling can have tangible benefits for mental and physical health. Want me to dig up links to any of those studies specifically?
What type of journaling exists? Gratitude, reflective, goal-oriented. Please explain every type that exists in detail so I may be able to better understand.
All right, let's break down the different types. You hit on a few of the big ones already, but there are definitely more nuances. First, you've got your classic, straightforward, expressive journaling. This is what Pennebaker's research focused on. It's about writing freely about your thoughts and feelings, especially the difficult ones. No pressure to be eloquent or organized, just get it out. It's really about processing emotion. Then there's gratitude journaling, like we mentioned. This is specifically focused on listing things you're thankful for, big or small. It's not about pretending everything is perfect, but intentionally shifting your focus to the positive aspects of your life. Reflective journaling is a bit broader. It's about examining your experiences, not necessarily emotional ones, and analyzing what you learned from them. It often involves asking yourself questions. What happened? What did I do well? What could I have done differently? It's more analytical than expressive. You also have goal oriented journaling. This one's pretty practical. You write about your goals, the steps you're taking to achieve them, and track your progress. It can be combined with gratitude journaling by reflecting on how achieving goals make you feel. There's dream journaling, where you record your dreams as soon as you wake up. It's helpful for exploring your subconscious, recognizing recurring themes, or just remembering bizarre stuff. Then there's art journaling, which combines writing with visual elements, drawings, paintings, collage, whatever. It's a great way to use yourself if you're not a naturally verbal person. And finally, bullet journaling, which is a super organized system for planning, tracking, habits, and journaling all in one. It's less about deep emotional processing and more about productivity and self management. Most people end up mixing and matching these, TBH. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Which ones seem most appealing to you based on what you're hoping to get out of journaling?
Okay, Maya, tell me, are there common mistakes that people cause for quick journaling? Please explain.
Definitely. A lot of people start with good intentions, but then journaling falls by the wayside. Here are some common pitfalls. First, setting unrealistic expectations, thinking you need to write a novel every day or spend hours reflecting is a recipe for burnout. Starting small, even 5 minutes, is way more sustainable. Another one is perfectionism, worrying about grammar, spelling, or writing well can stifle the process. It's about getting your thoughts out, not crafting a literary masterpiece. People also often fall into the trap of self censorship, holding back, editing as you go, or being afraid to write about difficult topics defeats the purpose. It needs to be a safe space for honesty. Lack of consistency is huge. Sporadic journaling is less effective than regular, even brief sessions. It's better to write a little bit every day than to have a huge writing session once a month. And finally, focusing too much on the past. While reflecting on past experiences is helpful, getting stuck in rumination can be counterproductive. It's good to acknowledge the past, but also focus on the present and future. Basically, people try to make it a chore instead of a habit. Any of those sound familiar?
Okay, now please summarize our interview so that our listeners can get feedback.
All right, here's a recap for our listeners. Today, we talked about the benefits of journaling and how it can be a really powerful tool for mental well being. We covered the science behind it, how expressive writing can lower stress hormones and improve immune function, and looked at several different types of journaling, from gratitude and reflective to goal oriented and art journaling. We also addressed common mistakes people make when starting out, like setting unrealistic expectations or censoring themselves. The key takeaway: journaling isn't about being a good writer, it's about self reflection, emotional processing, and creating a consistent habit to boost your overall well being.
Thank you
Muda
very
here
much.
was, oh,
Thank you
all
so
right.
much.